You know, I think that this is such a, I think that this is a...
All right, I take no pleasure in this. I like AOC, but after seeing her performance in Munich, I have to update my power rankings. But before we get started, let me just update you on my diet. I know a lot of you, well, you've shown no interest whatsoever. Nobody's shown any interest whatsoever. You've shown no interest whatsoever, but I do want to update you guys. I started about 2 weeks ago. I've lost 1 pound. So total failure. It's been a total failure. Given the amount of effort I have expended, to have only lost 1 pound is extremely disappointing. And I think I have no choice but to get back on GLP-1s. Even though it makes me sick, it makes me incredibly nauseous, I don't see any other way I'm going to lose these last 15 pounds without getting back on GLP-1s. I really, it's really terrible, but I don't know what else to do. My willpower sucks. My willpower absolutely sucks. But anyway, let's get to politics. Let me do the prayer in the name of the Biden, Harris, and the Holy Obama. Amen. Let's get to AOC. What is this? Derek Carr? Derek Carr says I would play again for a team with the chance to win the Super Bowl. Is this guy R-worded or something? I would play again for a team with the chance to win the Super Bowl. But if you were playing, then they wouldn't have a chance to win the Super Bowl, you idiot. What are you talking about? I'm lashing out. I'm taking out my own failures to lose weight. I'm taking it out on Derek Carr. So I apologize, but it's true. Like, what is he talking about? Is he stupid or something? But let's get to AOC. First of all, great choice of a watch. She went with the Casio. I think that's a great choice. Everyone respects a Casio, especially after everybody piled on Zohran Mamdani's wife for wearing $600 boots and expensive earrings. I think it was smart to leave the Cartier at home and go with the Casio. Good job on that front. But as far as her speaking appearances in Munich, I thought it was incredibly underwhelming. She sounds like Kamala Harris, does she not?
Dozens of global compacts that this current Secretary of State and President Trump have withdrawn from, they are looking to withdraw the United States from the entire world so that we can turn into an age of authoritarians that can...
One of her big selling points is supposed to be that she's more articulate than Kamala Harris. She's less robotic. She's less coached. She's less managed, right? She can speak for herself. She can shoot from the hip if she has to. But she sounds exactly like Hillary Clinton, dude. She sounds exactly like Hillary and Kamala. What is going on here?
And it actually is the Trans-Pacific Partnership. It is our global alliances that can be...
Now take this question about Taiwan, for example, okay? Just watch this. Why is she so nervous? She sounds like she's a 6th grader giving a book report in front of the class for the first time.
The U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that this is such a, I think that this is this is of course a very long-standing policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that
Now, I don't like how nervous she said. I think if there's one thing to be taken from Trump, it's that you don't have to cower in front of the media. Nobody likes the media. The media's approval rating is like 5%. Okay, everyone hates the media. You don't have to like Kyle Shanahan cowers in the presence of Grant Cohn. Kyle Shanahan reflexively starts stuttering at the sight of Grant Cohn. He starts going, Like, what are you afraid of, dude? Nobody cares. Like, for example, when they asked Trump about Taiwan, right? They asked Trump, like, what are you going to do if China invades Taiwan? He goes, they're not going to invade Taiwan. But what if they do? I don't think they're going to. Not with me as president. And they're like, well, what do you mean? Blah, 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 blah. They said this. They said, he goes, believe me, they're not going to invade Taiwan. And by the way, if they do, who freaking cares? Who freaking cares? Because you're already president, or you're not president. You either you won, you lost. You either won or you lost. It doesn't actually matter what your answer was. Like Trump is joking that Greenland is going to be the 51st state, or that the president of Canada, Mark Carney, is a governor, right? Is a governor. And guess what? Nothing happens. Like if he pulled back tomorrow, they would be like, okay, yes sir, yes sir. They would all suck up to him immediately. They were just sucking up to Marco Rubio after being all huffing and puffing. So I'm just saying, like, nothing you say even matters. There's no reason to be this nervous. And the reason it matters is because the public votes on vibes, dude. They vote on vibes. If you sound like a pussy, they're not gonna like it, dude. Why do you guys sound like a bitch in the presence of these reporters? Like, I don't, like, why does Kyle Shanahan sound like a bitch in front of, Grant Cohn? Like, do you think you should have run the ball? Hey, fuck you. How about that? Like, I don't know. I have to move AOC down on my list because even though I think Gavin Newsom is eventually gonna face a lot of turbulence, he is at this point the default pick until AOC or some of these other candidates can grow some balls. Gavin Newsom remains the default pick. It's crazy how AOC has just transformed into, she's now in a pantsuit, like a Kim Jong-un pantsuit, like Hillary and Kamala Harris wears, right? They're now in this power pantsuit that Kim Jong-un wears, and she is talking and sounding exactly like them. And I don't know. So I have to move her down my list. Now, in the last video, there was some pushback against. I said there was a greater than 50% chance that Trump could declare an emergency and stay for a couple of extra years. And people are like, oh, blah, blah, it can't happen, blah, blah, blah. Well, there is precedent for that in Western political tradition. It has happened. In ancient Rome, Sulla became dictator, and I don't know if I can use the word. I'll just use prescriptions. Let's just use that. So he did that. He went nuts for a few years. And then afterwards, he went to the Senate and he goes, okay, I think I'm done here. I think I'm going to retire now. So I surrender my emergency powers. And he did. And he went off to retire in the countryside, cavorting with actresses and writing his memoirs. So there is precedent for what I'm describing. And I think there's a greater than 50% chance Trump could do it. That's why he's number one on my power rankings for now.